Salty, huh?
I'm salty today.
Well, I can't say I blame you.
I wasn't salty till about an hour ago, hour and a half.
Well, did you expect anything else?
No, I didn't, but wouldn't you think it would have at least been possibly a manslaughter charge or something like that? I mean, I didn't expect a uh, murder one or something, but
Well, this is where I have a lot of problems with a lot of things. Nobody brings an AR-15 to a riot unless they intend to use it.
how many feet do you think he would have gotten if he was black?
Oh shit, he would have been able to take a step, right? And I promise you, none of the police there would have been handing him waters and telling him thank you. This whole thing stunk from day one. It all stunk from day one.
Yeah, and you saw, I mean, what was the judge, the 13th juror?
I mean, he let the kid pick his jurors out of a roulette thing.
The fuck.
The fuck is that? You know? I guess my question, what do they do now? I mean, and you know what? We shouldn't really let the DA or the prosecution off the hook either, because they done fucked up more than the OJ prosecution did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they did the job they should have done. I mean, there was a lot of holes in that when you were watching it from early on.
Yeah,
Why wasn't his mother arrested for accessory at the same time?
I'm pretty sure out there, 17 years old is still a little young to own a firearm, isn't he?
I thought 18 was the firearm age.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. There's a lot of this that I just don't understand. We might be wrong with all of these things, right? But
I'm not sure because I think just as far as hunting goes, I think in Pennsylvania, I mean, you have to be with somebody 18 or older to hunt and carry a firearm.
yeah, and like I mean, we very well could be wrong. It could be a different age there.
I thought it was 18.
So you had a DA's office, and I had told somebody in our Discord channel. Uh, I told her, I don't get this, because if this happened, if this was our DA doing this, he would know these guys balls to the wall. And these guys, how the hell do you not prep a witness to, I mean, at least to the point where whenever he was asked, so Rittenhouse didn't lift the fire's gun or anything until you lifted yours first, right? I mean, don't you think that's like prep 101? How do you fuck that up? As soon as I saw that, I was like, this is over. I mean, I knew it was over before then, but I was like, nope, it's over. That's it. This case is closed. And it wasn't until after that they put him on the stand, which was brilliant, because they just drove everything home. The defense put him on a stand now, because it's like, okay, we've already won this now. Instead of kicking the field goal, let's go for two, and they scored.
I think the only thing probably not causing major riots is probably going to be the weather right now up there.
Is it bad?
Well, not actually I just brought it up just to see. I mean, if you live in Wisconsin, it's no big deal. It's 35 degrees.
Well, that's a heat wave.
Gale watch. So they probably got winds coming off the lake. Yeah, it's really not that cold there.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think it was that bad. If we look at just for the just for the hell of it, let's uh let's see what's happening on the Twitter machine. And Alexa's answering me. So AP, AJ Plus. Okay, so like the normal big big outlets are just reporting what happened. Uh, you know what? I'm not seeing anything that people are even pissed off about. Here's oh, this was 2 hours ago.
How do you think how do you think the parents of those two feel? Geez, my son was killed trying to disarm an asshole with a skateboard.
Uh-huh. It's there's this is this is all way late. This is the one thing about Twitter I don't like. I don't understand why it's so hard to just show the latest ones first. Why is that so hard? I mean, this is the 16th, for fuck's sake, right? 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. This is silly. I mean, this is obviously a whole lot of people, or there's not a whole lot of people really doing a whole lot about this. No one's really. Bob Wallace says Rittenhouse would have gotten life if he were black. Well, yes, he would have. Actually, he probably would have been killed. He never would have saw it. He never would have.
There wouldn't have been a trial because he would have been dead.
Here's the quote, right? Parents of Anthony Huber. Today's verdict sends the unacceptable message that armed civilians can show up in any town, incite violence, and then use the danger they have created to justify shooting people in the street. Well, you know what? We saw that, right? We saw that.
Yeah, you're getting out of a car with an AR-15 from 4 hours away. He lived.
Yeah. Yep.
And you say you're going to protect businesses. I bet he. You know what? They should have said, name me two businesses in downtown Kenosha you were going to protect. Probably wouldn't have known shit from Shinola. This kid totally doesn't have an IQ past 90.
Probably not. Probably not.
It qualifies him for the next GOP primary up there for running for office.
It's I really wonder what's going to happen now, because this judge needs to answer for a lot. He does.
But somebody's probably looking into his back cases just to see what happened there. They probably weren't high profile, so a lot of them were probably ignored.
Yeah, probably. But it was obvious this guy's a clown.
Now, here's a good quote. Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero to the right because he's given them a glimpse of the future for which they yearn. A society where liberals, gays, minorities, and other undesirables are routinely hunted down and killed in the streets. Be hard to argue with that with what happened here.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. That that is it's unbelievable. Oh, here's something. There you go. Remember this? Right?
Yeah,
Well, maybe, maybe if the families were smart. Boy, I wish Frank was on here. You know that? I wonder if they can pull the OJ thing and go after him civilly now.
I was thinking about that. It probably wouldn't be a bad move. I don't think he has a pot to piss in anyhow, him or his mother, but
So
you know what? Go after him, the police in Kenosha,
the judge,
in the city, and the judge. Civil lawsuits.
yep, go after all of them. I can I can almost bet with a high degree of certainty that you would be willing. You wouldn't have a hard time finding uh, a civil rights attorney to take up your case. Almost, I would bet pro bono. I would bet it's absolutely disgusting that this kid got away with this. But you know what? Not surprising. Not surprising at all. Uh, the upside, well, one good thing that came out of the week was Biden's bill got passed the Senate, or I'm sorry, the House.
Yeah, it did pass the House today. You had Kevin McCarthy droning on for 8 hours last night. And, bitching about everything that's in the bill. And, you know what? There's such a disconnect between the GOP voters and them voting against their own best interests. Geez, let's keep, we want to make sure the billionaires get all the money and we get dick. As long as we got more than the minorities below us, we don't give a fuck.
And at the end of the day, Lou, that's all they give a fuck about. That's it. As long as I got more than somebody I can look down my nose at, I'm happy. Even if you keep taking things off me, as long as they're getting hit hurt worse and harder, I'm good with that.
Yeah, LBJ had that quote how many years ago? It's basically almost 60 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
He hit it then and it still applies today.
So this it's going to go over to the Senate now, and you got the tale of two senators, right? You got asshole Manchin, who's not going to vote for it. He's just not going to vote for it because it probably in his goes too far, whatever the fuck that means. And you probably have Bernie Sanders because it doesn't go far enough. So now what do you do? Because these assholes are going to amend it. They're going to send it back to the House. You start taking some of that shit out of there. Okay, you take the child credit, you take the family leave, that other shit out of there. You're not going to get the progressives in the House to vote for it.
No, they're going to shoot it down.
So now what do you do? It's not going to pass the House or the Senate with what the House passed. It's not going to pass the House with what the Senate amends. So now what do? It goes to shit. It's all gone. It's all gone. At some point, Lou, we're going to have to come to the realization that our system is broken. Okay, it's broken.
Call without a doubt.
Because you could just as easily flip it around and have have this be Republican, whatever, and still have that same shit. Although the Republicans would probably fall in line, but still, there's no way to fix this. Actually, there is a way to fix this, or at least a temporary way to fix it. Who was that? What was the name of the asshole that just got censored?
Gosar.
Gosar, right? So the House didn't waste any time, right? Pelosi didn't waste any time. Gosar does that shit. They call for censure. They jump on it, censure, right? Strip him of all of his committees, everything. He's just a lowly representative now. So they didn't fuck around. Now let's go over to the Senate, where you have two Democrats who've been fucking over the Democrats for the last 18 months. And yet they still have all their committee seats. Nothing's happening to them whatsoever. So you tell me where the world leadership is. Is it in the House or in the Senate?
Oh, we know it's not in the Senate.
No. Do you think?
Maybe wish Nancy was over in the Senate.
Oh hell yeah! That's why I kept saying, what's her name should have been a majority leader there.
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. You think McConnell would have put up with this shit if it was the Republicans?
No, they would have been stripped long ago.
No way. He may have given them the dignity of telling them ahead of time.
You know, I could have heard. You know what McConnell's conversation would have been? He would have said, "Hey Joe, come in my office. Close the door." He says, "You got 2 minutes to decide if you want your committee membership or vote yes on this."
Yeah, that's simple.
It would have been as simple as that.
Pick one.
It's simple as that.
Much as I can't stand the guy, that's what leaders do.
Yeah, or he would have said, "Would you like any money for West Virginia? They're poor fucks anyhow."
Right.
Even Mitch was smart enough to take the money for Kentucky.
Yeah. That's that you want to lead a party in a chamber of government. That's how you do it. What the fuck you think Pelosi did? She pretty much did the same shit to any Democrat who decided that they weren't going to pass this bill. You know, she pulled him over and said, you know, the lovely district you have there, it'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Well, you know the 6 progressives that voted against the Build Back Better because they wanted that done at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you know the backstory on that?
No.
Basically, what it was is Nancy knew she had the count made from the Republicans that were going to vote yes. If something would have happened for the Republicans not to vote yes, those 6 would have jumped across for a yes vote to make sure it passed. She told them vote no for principle.
Right. Right. So she hedged her bet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look, there's three things you can count on: death, taxes, and the House passing something whenever Pelosi calls for a vote. Because the one thing she knows how to do, she knows how to count. As soon as this thing came up for a vote in the House, I was sure, well, it's going to pass. I don't know who's going to vote for it, but I know it's going to pass.
Yeah, it's just.
So now it's going to go over to the Senate. Oh, well, that's where I'll die like everything else. Speaking of things where things go to die, let's talk about Green Bay for a second because we haven't been together for a little while. Aaron Rodgers kind of fucked up a little bit, and basically the entire NFL let him get away with it.
Yeah, there's. Did you see the other two to come out? And they had one had a fake vaccination card, and the other one said he didn't get vaccinated.
Was what the quarterback for the Jets,
Flacco
Flacco.
and Antonio Brown had a fake card.
Well, didn't Flacco just flat out say he didn't get vaccinated?
Yeah,
Yeah. Funny how they waited all this time to ask him.
yeah. Why? You know, he got Rogers got fined $14,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the equivalent of me or you getting fined about $20.
That first week or second week of the season, I don't know. Somebody for the Raiders laid a hit on somebody, laid him out, and his fine was worth more. Okay, his fine was worth more than this guy who could have killed somebody.
Yeah,
Literally could have killed somebody, and $14,000. Well, even 14,000 for you for us, I mean, in a hair, but we both would have been like, "Oh, it could have been worse." You know? I mean, not that we can afford it anytime soon, but come on, come on, it's crazy.
yeah. It's just the more you pay attention, the more you see there's a dual system.
Yeah, yeah. Kaepernick can't get a job. Oh, couldn't. He's over his time now, right? I mean, he can keep working out, but he's how old now? He's got to be almost as old as Brady.
He's 35,
Yeah, what's Brady?
36.
36, right? Well, Brady will play another 4 years, but yeah, Cap's done. He's not going to get a job now. If even if these assholes all came to their senses, no one's going to hire or pick up a 35-year-old quarterback who hasn't played in 5 years. There's no way. But yet, he gets blackballed for kneeling. Who did he hurt? Yeah. What, he hurt the flag? Flag doesn't have feelings. It's a piece of cloth. What did he do? Well, he didn't put any of his teammates at risk. He didn't lie to any of his teammates. He didn't lie to the league. He didn't lie to his fans. He didn't lie to anybody. Yet he was out. It's a crock of shit. This guy should have been out for at least the rest of the season. Should have been.
Yeah, lots of pay. Why
And
wasn't he? Why wasn't he fined a complete game salary?
I don't know. And not because he didn't follow protocol, but because he lied about it. All right, he lied about it. I mean, at least that knucklehead for the Nets, for Brooklyn, the what's it? I can't even think of it. He's a flat earther too. That other asshole. At least he told the league to go fuck itself. I'm not getting the goddamn vaccine, and he's still not playing. Right?
No, he's losing quite a bit of money.
I don't agree with him, but you got to respect the fact that he's willing to hold on to this. You know, he's not lying to anybody. He's not trying to bullshit his way through and then playing the victim whenever he's called out on it. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. All right, I can respect that. Even if you are a wackadoodle. What's oh, by the way, totally off topic. What's your supply chain like these days?
Well, we actually adjusted. We have enough stock to take us into about February.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're loaded. We actually can get. We actually will hold the pricing too because of the stock we have. You know what? The money's cheap, and actually, our last container from China came in or is coming in this week or last week, and we basically shut them off. Or 90% of what's sitting there is U.S. made.
Wow.
We took the last container just out of courtesy for Jason and the crew over there.
Because they busted the nut.
In case it's basically what they did.
So you can actually put the Made in USA sticker on there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you. We're uh we're a month behind. Just in manufacturing. It's not even counting what's on the fucking uh on a boat someplace in the middle of the Pacific.
Well, if you're a month, you're not too bad.
No.
We're at about we're still at about 8 weeks for getting stuff done for customers, but 2 of those weeks are holidays because we're pretty much shut down Christmas
Mm-hmm.
production.
Yeah.
We're shut down from the 23rd to the 3rd.
No. Nothing at all. You guys aren't doing anything. You'll still be working.
Skeleton crew.
Yeah. Getting the odds and ends out.
Yeah, that's about what it is. Inventory cleanup.
Yeah. Now we're about a month out. Now that's not counting, like I said, that's not counting like from our suppliers. That's just what we're manufacturing. We're 3 weeks to a month, so it's not too bad. Not where it should be, but you know, I know there's a lot of places they're far worse off than we are. They're struggling hard. They're struggling hard.
We changed some hardware. We changed hardware suppliers. And just an observation too, just from dealing with them, you had a company that was always consistently dependable. It was basically bought out over the last couple years, bought out or buying other companies and combining. And to me, this has created quite a conundrum in the market too, because there's no competition. And then you have people in charge of this company now that, Patsy, if they looked at a lock on the door, they couldn't tell you what type it was, whether it was a cylindrical, a mortise, an
Yeah.
exit panic. You know what I mean? And they're running the company because guess what? What's some famous three letters that were must be easy to get?
MBA.
There you go.
That
I knew you'd know what that was.
MBA.
They basically have no practical experience.
You have no clue what they're doing.
No, the between production and there everything's going by the book. Is this is how we make money? Well, you know what? We saw it at the place we work. You can't make a stinking dime if you're not producing anything and selling it.
Nope.
You know, well, we got to sell all this stuff. Well, when are we going to make it and ship it? That's when the check comes in from the customer. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, Capitalism's the only game where they can somehow magically make money when they're not selling anything because they're playing with bank funds.
Yeah. No. We saw how fragile that can be.
Yeah. There's your plus. You farmed all that shit out because of 40 years of trickle down bullshit for your stockholders. They can whine all they like about inflation. I mean, what's causing the inflation? Corporate greedy profits?
No,
Because
right.
there's shit out there I'm watching. It's like, well, everybody's raising a little bit. Why aren't we?
Yeah.
They're using it as an excuse. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you think about everything across the board, I mean, okay, you got what? How many car manufacturers? At least there's a little competition there. That's a heavier market compared to some.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about who's controlling the food, what is there? Three or four companies?
Yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
I
I,
mean, you might as well say Pepsi and Coke collude. It was amazing how Pepsi went up and Coke went up the next day, like, oh, we might as well take it up too.
well, look at gas prices, right? If there was actual competition, you would see a far bigger gap in prices from one pump to another, just in your own hometown, in your own area, right? You would see a what do they run here? A couple of cents different.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah, depending. Like out here, well, this idiot over, that is between us. He'd charge you, $8 a gallon if he could.
Do you know he's the lowest price in town though, consistently?
Is he really?
Yeah. My father went by, says, how come he's 10 cents lower than Get Go and Sheets?
Is he
He's been
cheaper than green?
consistently he's been consistently 10 cents less than Get Go and Sheets.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. And this has been for months. And
I haven't even been going there because I didn't trust this price.
the only reason I think he is Morgan Oil's keeping him honest.
Down the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, on 224.
Yeah,
And the only reason he can't kind of match that is because his hands are tied with the Pennsylvania tax.
yeah. I hear that place is doing well.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the only place. Well, I run so much fuel though that that's the only place I go.
Is it really?
Just if you know what, at 3.19 a gallon, it takes me 6 minutes to get there. So that's almost 40 cents less than in town. It's still 6 miles to go the other way. So 40 cents on 10 gallons on an average fill up consistently, I think I looked at my odometer on my car. I've run close to 30,000 already this year.
No shit.
30,000 miles.
You're saving 40 cents on a gallon. It's not really that much further for me.
Probably not.
I mean, I got Tim's, between us, and I got Reed at the bottom of the hill. But
If you cut out through Hillsville,
yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. Yeah, I'd have to go through Bessemer, right, and cut out through Hillsville, and you know what? It's a little bit out of the way, but it's kind of tempting.
you know what? And if you got a pickup truck, you get the big Fords and Chevys that have 30-gallon tanks. That's a lot of money.
So shit. And I was told by a couple of our welders that the food there is pretty good too.
Actually, their fish is really good.
That's what I heard. I heard their fish, and I heard their chicken's actually pretty good too.
Gas station fish.
There's a guy on YouTube. Uh something dumpling. I forgot what the hell. Simply dumpling or simple dumpling, I think it is. Uh and he like he's basically he's a foodie. Okay, so he's a food guy. So he goes to all these places and I mean he goes overseas like crazy and is samples all the food and everything. It's amazing how many truck stops and gas stations here. He had a thing in Texas. There was this one gas station in Texas. His video was almost 2 freaking hours long. They were, I mean, they had brisket going over there. He said it's the best shit he ever had. It's unbelievable. He's walking around like he's amazed. This he's been to China, to Singapore, to all these exotic places. I haven't just insane. Went did a thing in Vegas, uh, where the buffet I think was like $85 a plate, right? He's eating at a truck stop in Texas, saying this is the best shit I ever had. So don't knock it. There's something to these places. Master Grant's a connoisseur of the fish and chips overseas.
Oh
It
yeah,
was,
you had to
yeah.
have some good shit over there.
What's the best place you have fish and chips, Master Grant?
England,
Oh yeah.
and it was the King's Tavern was probably the best.
What kind of fish were they cooking up? Did you know?
Uh, I believe it was cod. But the real difference is in the batter. They make their batter with beer, and so you don't get the, you don't get the thickness that the American batter has. So it just, I don't know, it just makes everything taste better for me.
So you're not tasting as much of the batter, right? It's more you're eating more. You're tasting more of the fish.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, that seems to be a staple. What about the chips that we call fries, by the way? Is there anything different or special about them, or are they just French fries?
Good hot oil.
Yeah,
Mushy, mushy peas are good.
yeah, you keep saying that. I've never had them.
Yeah, mushy peas are good. It's
Looks
like
like
baby food. I mean,
yeah, it does.
but
Do they?
yeah, yeah.
Do they do the tartar sauce too, or is that an American thing?
I think it's an American thing.
Do they?
Yeah, I don't do tartar sauce.
But they'll
I
do
don't know,
the.
that I don't know. I
I
tend to
do
not
red
use.
hot or cocktail sauce with fish.
Will they do like? Will they do the vinegar? Like
Yes, you do get plenty of vinegar. Yes.
Malt vinegar.
vinegar.
Mhm.
Heinz? I would shit if it was Heinz.
I think I actually saw Heinz once.
Heinz malt vinegar is one of the best. Heinz malt vinegar on fries is good.
Oh man, that brings back memories, right? That's fair 101, right? And just tons of salt in like a triangle cup, right?
You know who else has good fish here close by? Bessemer Croatian Club.
Crow Club has great fish. Yeah. And that's just not a Lent thing. I mean, they have great like it's every Friday, right?
Yeah, every Friday.
Yeah, their fish is spectacular. Their pierogies are good too. Yeah, it's amazing. Master Grant, you get good food down there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Charleston's known as a food hub.
Uh, is there like a huge variety?
Hmm.
Mid-Eastern?
Yeah, Charleston's well known for all the different culinary uh, restaurants we have here.
Really? Oh, I'd love to do some grape leaves down there. They'd probably throw
Yep.
me right?
Hmm.
Call me a call me a terrorist and throw my ass out. Make sure I wear something on my head when I order. So lots of good places.
Oh
How's
yes,
the Asian food good?
not bad.
Not
Depends
bad.
on where you go. Depends on where you go. There's a lot of Chinese knockoff joints that they pretend to be they say it's Korean or it's Thai. It's really just you know. But you do get some authentic places.
It's the place that we go whenever you decide to come up. Uh, where do you, in Monaco? Uh, it's in the plaza there. It's on the left side.
Oh, Taiwan 101.
Yeah, that's good.
Where's that at?
We're uh
The Walmart Plaza.
in Monaco.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's on the left hand side. It's like the last or next to the last uh door on the left side of the plaza.
Okay, I know where you mean.
That's good. That's real good. Surprisingly inexpensive for what you get to.
Hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Master Grant, what you think of the verdict today?
I'm sorry. What verdict?
Rittenhouse?
I mean, well, what happened?
Well, take a guess.
He got off.
Of course.
Not guilty on all 5 counts.
All five.
Really?
Yep. Yep. He swept it. Took all five.
I don't. I swear to God, this country's going down the shitter. When our justice system is effed up, we're done. And our justice system is. And it's from the Supreme Court down.
You know, I remember Lou, what the hell was his name on WKVN on the radio? Come on, help me out here. He's still on it, I think. He has his own talk show.
Oh, I know who you mean.
So whenever I was going to YSU, this is back in 86, 87, right? He had the 3 o'clock time slot, I think. And he would go from like 3 to 6 or something like that. So I would catch him.
Dan Rivers?
No, Dan Rivers is
No.
older. Well, was older. Uh, so I mean, he would be from like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6 or something like that.
Ron Verb?
Ron Verb. Yeah, Ron Verb. That's it. And the one thing he always said, Master Graham, what I'm getting to here in a very roundabout and chaotic way. One thing he always said, and back in the mid '80s, people would call and argue with him. He said, "As a society, you always get the government you deserve, because if you don't want things to change, you're going to vote to keep things the same, and if you want things to change, you're not going to voting. You're staying home. So whether you participate or you don't participate, at the end of the day, you get what you deserve. Because if enough people felt the way you do, and you want the change, you'll get the change. If enough people feel the opposite way you do, and more of them are voting, then it will stay the same." I see. You know what? He's right. All these years, I've been following all these years, and he's right. He is 100% correct. We have how many people? We had the largest turnout in American history vote by the number of votes for Biden, and we still didn't hit 50% eligible of the eligible people, and we had the largest turnout ever, and we didn't get half of the eligible voters. How the fuck do you expect anything to change? If you're not willing to participate, somebody's going to make decisions for you. I think I chased Lou off.
Do you know what 200? You know what? Do you know what 240 years means? 240 years in the history of the world is about what an empire lasts.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Guess who's at about 240?
Oh yeah, we are.
That's when the corruption and people that know how to finagle the system got it figured out to destroy it.
Yep. Yep. I was at a Hepketo gathering one time, Master Grant. And we had people from all over the world there. And there was two guys from that had places in Italy. And we're sitting in a lobby of the hotel this thing was going on. And this is the first time either of these two saw Fox News. Okay, this is going back, oh geez, this had to have been 15 years now. Okay, had to have been. And the two guys are they're looking at the TV and they're looking at me and they're asking me, what the hell is this? What the, like I said, they never saw this shit before. And that's a hell of a shot right there, Master Grant.
Sorry, guys, I'm still working, and so sorry for my distractions.
Okay. Anyhow, he looked at me and he said, Patsy, he's speaking in Italian. I said, yeah. He goes, well, what is it? He just went pointing to the TV up on the thing. What is this? And I said, well, it's Fox News. I said, it's. And he looked at me and he said, the building that my bank is in is older than your country. We might not do everything right, but we don't do everything wrong. And I found that whenever he said that building that my bank is in is older than your country, it's kind of a kick in the gut. So, that would have been what? 225 years.
Well, you know what? And you got, they're part of the downfall of the country.
Well, they're the catalyst.
Yeah, and Rupert Murdoch really had a good quote this week, the asshole. He told Trump to get over the election. It's 2020's gone. He lost, and that's it. Coming from the guy who basically was state news for Trump for 4 years. Real rich of him.
Yeah. Well, we did say that they had to go crazy in order to keep up with the craziness on the right hand side. They had to do something to not lose viewers. It looks like it's what they're doing. But that takes balls to tell him that after you kissed his ass for 6 years. Right, even then, even before he ran, he was on there acting like he knew something about everything.
If the rest of the so-called mainstream media would have done what they were supposed to in 2015, Trump would have never made the primary.
They all jumped on the bandwagon. They saw the ratings skyrocket.
Yeah, that's all. It's about money. It's all it's about.
They saw the
They're
ratings.
less about democracy. They just want to make money. Period.
Yeah, fourth pillar of my ass. It was all about making money.
Yeah.
And they all did it. They all got rich off of this guy.
They all did.
Yep.
And we're paying the price now. You get your fools like Mitch McConnell who go in and they just, bankrupt the system morally and financially. And that's why we're at now. That's why like this Rittenhouse gets off. And now, I swear, you got a Supreme Court stacked with white conservatives. As well,
Oh, you see, would General Michael Flynn say in the last week that if you're not a Christian, you're no good, pretty much, you want to gear it right toward a theocracy, and they got the Supreme Court to do it now. Would Josh Hawley say men aren't masculine? First thing I thought of is a lion doesn't have to tell anybody he's a lion, like Patsy always says.
The best line I ever saw. A lion never has to tell anybody he's a lion.
If your masculinity feels threatened by women or anybody else, I guess you're not masculine in my book.
Yeah,
if that's the way you look at it.
Well, I'll tell you what. By the year 2050, the majority of this country will be not white, and by 2070, the majority religion will be Islam. And all I got to say is, thank you, God. There is hope. I'm sorry, guys.
You know what? I won't be old enough to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm just pissed.
Or I won't live long enough to enjoy it, I should say.
Well, we knew what you meant, Lou.
Yeah, in 2050, I would be 93 if I make it till then.
You might still
maybe.
It's a shot. It's a shot.
The majority of the country will be Muslim
by 2070. Yeah.
By 2070.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Islam's not spread by the sword.
I'm hoping the majority will be atheist.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I am too.
Did you see, speaking of assholes, Matt Gaetz wants to bring in Rittenhouse as an intern?
God.
Did you hear that?
So the NRA basically got him off.
Well, you got to look at it this way. He's going to need somebody armed whenever they come to take him away for, fucking all the underage girls he was banging.
So how did this kid get off? Please explain to me.
Well,
I don't know.
You kind of had the perfect storm, Master Grant. You had an absolutely shit prosecution, which was, in all honesty, may have been the second biggest reason. But the first biggest reason being I don't even know how to describe the judge. Right? And the fact of the matter, the kid had a good defense. Okay? He had the best defense, money can buy. Because he got a whole bunch of donations for that.
He got $2 million from GoFundMe.
You know what? It showed. It showed.
I mean, if I understand right, his mother drove him there armed to go kill people.
Pretty much.
Yeah, nice precedent you're setting there.
Well, yeah, why wasn't she arrested at the same time for accessory?
You know what? I have no idea.
Because he felt he was scared for his life. He was justified in murder.
Well,
so you can have a 300-pound fat white asshole standing there. I'm scared for my life. Bang, 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 and it's fine.
What's going to happen because we've been around long enough to see it, and Master Grant, you and I have taught it for God knows how long. Eventually, it swings the other way, right? Eventually, everything swings the other way. What's going to happen now whenever you have all of these non-white males armed to the teeth? And next time there's a protest, and the next asshole Rittenhouse decides he's going to show up with an AR, and
It's justified.
and 6 people drop him because this kid showed up with an AR and they were scared for their lives.
And you think a black guy could walk into a MAGA rally with an AR-15 and do the same thing?
Nope. Nope. What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Whenever it's all these minorities that all of a sudden are armed, you're going to see these fucking laws change real quick. Before you blink. We're going to have restrictions on everything. The next time you see, 5 black guys walking down the street all with ARs on their backs, all of a sudden assault weapons are going to be outlawed.
Well, isn't Ohio going to be an open carry state now, like Texas? No background check?
PA is. We've been an open carry state forever. I don't know. Open carry doesn't bother me too much. To be honest, it doesn't.
Concealed carry, I meant.
Carry bothers the fuck out of me.
Concealed carry with no background.
Yeah, open carry really doesn't mean much. You still have a background check for the weapon anyhow. I mean, so that really doesn't bother me. Concealed carry, the fact that any asshole can get a concealed permit, that bothers the hell out of me. Right? Because I mean, you're not going to surprise me when you walk into the store with a 44 on your hip. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be, oh, I didn't know he had it. Fucker, what were you looking at? It's right there. Or something strapped to his back. That really, honest to God, that doesn't bother me. When you're pulling something out of, a concealed holster, that bothers the hell out of me. For too much security, I guess.
So what's going to happen at the next this is just a big setup for the next Black Lives Rally event. And you're going to get a bunch of white guys standing on the sides shooting people.
Or the Me Too movement. Or a gay pride parade.
Yeah. These you could tell, going to be a guy, big beard and mustache and looking like an egg, standing up there with his 47, sitting on his big fat belly, Sean Hannity blasting in his ear, a Jesus crucifix on his head somewhere, shooting people.
And guess what? He's going to get away with it. What's he going to do when those people start shooting back?
Yeah. Well, here's the hypocrisy. The people shoot back. The other one's all going to go to jail.
Probably. My choice is.
There you go. I sent a picture of the guy Master Grant just described.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Holy shit. Yes, you did. Oh, my goodness.
Did you share it?
It's coming.
Is it on the...
There you go.
That's it, yes.
Operation Desert Storm.
There you go.
That is it. That's it.
Desert Storm.
You got a pecker about that big.
Oh, that was good. Thank you.
Had to lighten it up a little. Oh, in other news, I don't know if you guys noticed. Did you see the Pittsburgh Penguins are in negotiations to be sold to Fenway Sports Group?
So what is
Oh,
that?
dude, you
So
guys
what
are
is that?
well. You know what? No, they're in good shape. Master Grant, Fenway Sports Group owns Liverpool.
Well, that right, but what does that mean for the city? Does that mean that there's
Uh,
It means Jurgen Klopp's going to be coaching them pretty soon.
Basically, I guess they're saying that they just have the money behind it, and they only look at things they know they don't have to move or do anything with. Really, they got the base.
okay?
I mean, the Penguins have one of the highest TV rated, consistent TV ratings in the nation or in
Mm-hmm.
the NHL.
Believe it or not, Fenway Sports Group is actually doesn't know LeBron James have his
LeBron James is part owner in that.
yeah, they're
They
actually
own
a pretty good group.
they own the Red Sox, Roush Racing,
Liverpool,
Liverpool.
LFC. Uh, they're a pretty good group. Much rather have them owning my club than the fucking Glazers. I can tell you that.
I'm sure.
Well, that's good. It gets some money in. Get some. You're gonna need to start looking at some younger players. I mean, what Sidney Crosby and Yanni Malkin are getting up there.
Yeah, I look for if this group buys, I'd look for Malkin to be gone.
Probably. So Lemieux's selling? Because he's still the majority holder, isn't he?
No, he's going to be a minority holder.
Okay, so he's okay.
See, basically, from what I understand, they were talking about this when Lemieux bought the Pens with Burkle. Lemieux didn't get cash. They bought the team for 190 million.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Okay, they owed Lemieux about 100 million. So basically, they exchanged ownership of the team
for
for the 100 million.
for cash.
So he didn't get 100 million in his bank account.
No, he
What this is doing now is he's going to finally get his cash, but he's still going to be involved.
he didn't get any cash. He just got the club.
He just got the club. He didn't get the cash. That's the truth.
I remember that. Honestly, it was one of the best moves I've ever seen in my life. You know what? You don't have to give me the money. Just give me the club. Honest to God, that's about as Bob as it gets.
I mean, the Penguins have a base. I mean, wouldn't you want a team that sold out 633 straight NHL games?
I'm sure you would.
Those are Canadian numbers.
Yeah, they are. Those are Habs numbers.
Yeah, that's the truth. They're Habs numbers.
Yeah, they are. You know what? Though, like I said, that Fenway group's pretty good. I think the Penguins will be just fine with them, to be honest. They're a good group. They don't like.
They're at a point they have to rebuild. The team's old.
Team's old, but this isn't an ownership group that likes to disrupt too much. They like to keep things going and just. I think the Penguins are going to do just fine with them.
I remember when I was young, you'd go to a Penguin game and you could walk right down and sit right on the ice, get a general ticket, and walk in. Nobody would be there. You could walk right down.
I did that. I know. Yeah. Master Grin, I remember when Lemieux was a rookie. Remember those coupon books they used to sell in Pittsburgh? Like, buy one. The Penguins used to be in the coupon books. And wherever I was working, they had one of those books. They said, "Here, do you want coupons?" So they had coupons for the Penguins. Okay, they were sea level seats. It was $13, buy one get one free for $13. Me and my buddy bought one of these. We went in just like you said, sea level. We're sitting there. We're like, well, let's go down. We ended up 4 rows from the ice.
Yeah. Yes.
That was before the balconies, or the second balcony.
Now, who was the
That was the old Civic Arena there.
Arena.
Civic
Yeah,
Arena?
C would have been the first level in the back.
yeah. We
I
had
remember.
tickets at an E level, right, which was the first level of the balconies.
Yeah, that was added in later.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
was later. Yeah, but yeah, sea level were good seats even after they expanded. Actually,
Yeah.
they were. It's hysterical. $13.
$13. You know what? I bought my first Stanley Cup playoff game in '91 for $30, and that was a sea level seat.
Was it really?
Yeah.
But we were paying because we had our season tickets at the time, and I want to say we were paying 27 or 30, maybe $32 a seat.
For A or B.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. They were not expensive at all. Even then they were not expensive at all. But yeah, I mean during that whole when we run the Stanley Cup runs, we had season tickets for all that. So yeah, that was money well spent.
I remember we would go to the game. This is like late '80s, and we would sit behind the goalkeeper, the Penguins goalkeeper, and I don't know who that was.
Barassa.
Barassa.
No, the '80s. No, not in the '80s. It would have been.
Before Millen, before Greg Millen, big guy.
When the hell did they get Barassa? Oh,
Brasso, I don't think came in till '91.
oh yeah. What's his name? Got him in.
Gordon Laxton, Dennis Herron, maybe Dennis Herron.
Dennis Herron, maybe.
Yeah, anyway, we used to go behind Dennis Herron, and it would just be boom, 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 because of all the shots coming in. And you're just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
No defense.
He was the defense. That's all you needed.
Oh my God.
Guys, what do you say we wrap this up?
Wanted to give you guys some good news. So
Okay.
I was up in New York City this week, and I got we had a couple big auctions, and actually did real well, and so a bunch of the guys went out to the bar for drinks afterwards, and asked me if I wanted to come, and I said, well, you know what, guys, I don't want to. I said I'm just about 4 months into AA now, and I said I don't think I could actually go and be in that atmosphere and keep myself from having something, so I'm going to pass.
Good for you.
But they all understood. They said, okay.
Yeah.
Great. I didn't really want to go anyway, but
It's a great excuse, right?
it was perfect. It was perfect now. It's like so.
I use that excuse a lot too.
Good job.
Thanks.
Guess what today is? Guess what today is for me? 17 years.
I was going to say that.
Congratulations! Wow.
Today, huh?
Today, yeah.
Fantastic.
Master Patsy, how about you? How you doing?
I lost count.
You remember the date that you started?
No, and I bet my wife remembers, but no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just remember the date I started. That's all. And then I just count from there. So
I don't. I remember, my father-in-law was still in the hospital at Jameson. That's all I remember. And it was close to when he got out. But no, I honestly, you guys know me. I mean, there's no way in hell I remember the date.
If I check my Google timeline, I might know because I'll check to see when I went to your house for fixing the light switch.
It was real close to that. Yeah, it was real close to that.
How'd that go, by the way, Lou? How
What's
was
that?
Master Patsy? How was Master Patsy on that light switch?
Needs a lot of work.
You know what? We all have our vices. Which reminds
I've
me,
been helping.
I might have to change another light switch. I hope you know that, right?
I was
These are good for you.
I was helping. I'm helping a guy wire a new house on and off in some spare time. I put breakers in the panel. So I went out to the garage to wire up an outlet. Guess what dummy forgot to turn the breaker off?
Uh-oh. How'd that feel?
It still hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the grant.
I didn't get a full one, but I got enough as a reminder.
Now do you see why whenever I have to do anything like that, I call him? You see?
Yes, I
I
did.
told him it don't hurt that bad as long as you're not standing in water.
You know what hurts even less? Having you do it.
Yeah.
So, did anybody watch the U.S.-Mexico game?
I did.
No. Lou?
That's great. Did you watch before we go? Did you watch the Mexico-Canada game the other night? In Canada, with like 6 inches of snow everywhere. Oh, it was so good.
Oh man, no, I didn't because. Well, don't ruin it. I'm gonna see if I can watch it.
Okay.
We'll see if I can find it.
I'll give you a hint. The team that won, without a doubt, is the best side in CONCACAF right now.
It's Canada.
There you go.
Yeah, they are the best right now. They really are good. The U.S. win.
No, they tied Jamaica 1-1. We got to quit playing separate teams. One team in this game, one team in the next game. Can't do that. Nobody else is. We shouldn't be.
You got to bring the heat every single game.
Yes, you do. Okay, guys. Let's say we wrap it up.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next Friday to continue on with the madness. Until then, goodbye, good luck, and God bless. We'll see everybody next week.